If you're new to Deception Bytes, hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell to be notified of future videos. If you wish to support the channel, the links are in the description below. Now, fasten your seatbelt. Here we go. Okay guys, I'm back and it is Wednesday, February 27th and it is 10:56 p.m. Eastern Time. And yes, I know it's late, but I've already done this video. I started it and I restarted it twice because I was laughing. Then the third time I went all the way through it and was going to upload it and realized that I didn't have the microphone on. So here I go again. I hope that you will actually get to see this. But anyway, so what we're going to be doing, Q did post today, so there's a couple posts to go over, but they're not really substantial. And that'll take us all of about 2 minutes. Then I'm going to go on and do some Q-related news because why upload a video that's only like 2 or 3 minutes long? That seems a little bit silly. So that's what we're going to do. And we needed to get caught up with the Q-related news anyway. And so let's get going. Well, come on, let's go. Okay, that's not where I wanted to be at all. So, yes, I'm getting tired and my professionalism might be lacking. Okay, well, it's usually lacking, but it might be more lacking tonight. All right, so this is the drops from today, and I've actually gone out to the board. Now, where I left off in the last video was here, February 26th, and we read through the armor of God and putting on the armor of God and praying and so forth. And then Q obviously uploaded a couple, well, 3 after I had uploaded that video. And so we'll just cover those really quickly and then a couple from today. But they are all very, much the same. This one is test 5 Q. This one is anons have the originals. How is that possible? Test 6 Q. Now, we're going to be looking at what that means in a minute, so we're going to come back to that. And then Q goes on, test 7 Q, test 8 Q, test 11 Q, test 12 Q, test 10 Q. Now, I'm not really sure what is going on here, but there's various IP addresses being used, so it could be that everybody was signing in, or I don't know, were they testing the boards? Were they testing to see if it was secure? Not sure. But I did find a comment on Disclosure Italia, very, very interesting, and I wanted to share that with you. So let's go to that now. And this comment says, and it's from Extrovert Covert, QAnon, finishing out today, our time, with a security test run. Looks like all hands on deck. Multiple IDs starting just prior to midnight. Now we're missing tests number 1, 2, and 4. Number 6, notes, anons have the originals. Now they're talking about the images from Hanoi, which they have had since about a half hour prior to Fox News receiving them. As I am told, and now MSNBC has them, and they're freaked out about being so far behind the actual news release of these Hanoi summit images. Number Q 2906 referenced these and more and they're being located on Q Research. Time to close out another day of QAnon drops. So that is it. That was all of the drops for today. It's 11 p.m. I doubt that Q will be posting anything further today, but of course, one can never second guess Q. And I wanted to read this to you too, because this person, Extrovert Covert, I'm not sure of their real name, but they make a very good point. They said, don't cave to the dark because the light is coming. Stick with what you can research and confirm for yourself. Reiteration of what you heard isn't establishing facts. And I wanted to talk about this just very briefly because not everybody that is in the Patriot movement is a patriot, and they're all not working for the good of Americans. There are people that are they may seem like they're on our side. They may seem like they want what is right, what is good, and to be of benefit to the community, but they are actually sowing discord and disinformation, and they are put there on purpose. So these people may look like they have, that they have our best interests in mind, but you have to be careful. If you can't research it and prove it, you have no business reporting on it. I'm talking to myself as well here, because I've made errors where I've reported on something and it's been wrong, and I've had to come back and apologize. And now, with experience comes wisdom, and I'm much more careful to keep from doing that. So, for example, a few months ago, people were all up in arms. They said that George S., I think you know who I'm talking about. I'm not sure what sets off the algorithms to ban and so forth, so I'm just a little bit careful about saying that name, because I do know that they're sensitive to that name. So anyway, people were reporting that he had been arrested, and different people sent me things and said, you should report on this. Well, I didn't feel comfortable about that because I couldn't prove it. And I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't, because it's not true. So, and there's things like that happening a lot, and people are running with it because they want higher clicks. They want whatever. I don't know why they're doing it. I really don't. And maybe they are well-meaning people that really are sincere, but they're spreading disinformation. So just be careful. And you know what? Don't take anything that I say. Like, I don't want you to just, take what I say and go, oh, okay, that must be true. No, not at all. You need to be actively, if it sounds off, then check it out. And you know what? If I'm wrong, then please tell me and I will apologize, because my intention is not to lead anyone astray at all. So, I don't care about being right. I really don't. I care about truth. That's what I care about. And if I'm wrong, I'll apologize, because I would much rather have the truth out there. So there we go. That's all I wanted to say about that. And now we can go on to the Q-related news. Alrighty. Now, look at this. This is a beautiful picture. And this from Twitter by someone called Q Anuk. I love that name. And it says, this beautiful picture is what freedom looks like. Brings a tear to my eye to know King Kim Jong-un and his people are free from tyranny at long last. Peace is the prize. Now, this is wonderful, and it's huge. This is absolutely freaking huge. But, of course, they scheduled the testimony of Michael Cohen to coincide with this. Oh, do you think that they did that on purpose? Yes. Of course they did it on purpose. They don't want good things in the news about Trump. So whenever Trump is doing something spectacular, they have to bring up something like Stormy Daniels or, some other ridiculous thing like Michael Cohen, who's a known liar. And you know what liars do? They lie. And it's just, it's criminal. It really is criminal what they do. And it's so obvious. It's so obvious. They think they're being so sly, and yet they're transparent as glass. Anyway, we're on to them. Now, this by Charlie Kirk. For all the experts attacking Trump, I'm trying to remember if Obama ever got North Korea to suspend missile tests or travel 40 plus hours twice to broker peace the pundits thought was impossible, or get our hostages back. No. Did Obama do anything for our country that helped it in any way? Not that I'm aware of. Anyway, he personifies, when you look up treason, him and Hillary Clinton are right there together. You see their picture. They personify treason. All right, let's go on to this by Colin Rugg. Cohen, Trump may have colluded. Where's the evidence? Cohen, I don't have it. Cohen, Trump is racist. Mark Meadows, evidence? Cohen, I don't have it. The only people dumb enough to believe this liar are Democrats. Okay. Yeah, I do believe that. The only people dumb enough to believe this are Democrats. But you know what I think of when I look at this? I think, you know what? How long has he known about this testimony, that he was going to have to give testimony? How long has he known about this? Quite a while. Don't you think you'd bring proof? I'm just saying. If I was going to accuse somebody of something, I'd make darn sure I brought the proof. But, oh, and then he stands up and he says, you know, I may have lied, but I'm not a liar. Okay. How does that work? I mean, I might have killed somebody, but I'm not a murderer. Yes, I burned down people's houses, but I'm not an arsonist. Yeah, sure, I punched my wife in the face, but I'm not an abuser. Okay. I don't eat meat, but I'm not a vegetarian. I don't know. I don't know. This is the Democrats' logic, not mine. It's craziness. All right. This from the GOP. Today's hearing proves Cohen is using his publicity for his own personal ambitions. No. Surely not. He refused to say that he would not pursue a book, movie, or TV deal. He declined that he wouldn't provide comments to the news networks. He wouldn't commit that he would not pursue political office. And actually, according to Donald Jr., or Don Jr., Donald Trump's son, he was trolling hard. He wanted to be chief of staff. He wanted a job in the White House and wasn't given one. So is this a case of sour apples? Don't know. We know he's a liar, but he's not. Well, we know he's lied. He's not a liar, though. It's like, you know, Ted Bundy. He murdered a lot of people, but he's not a murderer. Whatever. Let's do come on, everybody now. Let's do a collective eye roll. A C-E-R. C-E-R. Come on, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Don't you feel better? Come on, admit it. It does make you feel better. Oh, one more. There we go. I know. Okay. All right, let's go on. This by Donald Trump. I have now spent more time in Vietnam than Da Nang Dick Blumenthal, the third-rate senator from Connecticut. How is Connecticut doing? His war stories of his heroism in Vietnam were a total fraud. He was never even there. We talked about it today with Vietnamese leaders. Okay, you know, he is the trolling champion of the world. You know, I know he wrote a book called The Art of the Deal, but he needs to write one called The Art of the Troll, because he is the master. Like, all other trollers need to bow before him, because there is no one that can troll like him. And this is hysterical. I know people say, oh, he needs to be more professional. He needs to keep his mouth shut. It's him. He's not a politician. If we wanted another politician, we would have elected one, right? I think it's hysterical. All right, The Art of the Troll. I hope somebody will get the message to him. He has to write this book. I'll buy it. I know people will buy it. He's the trolling champ. All right, here is Candace Owens, and you will find this interesting. And if you don't, you can dock my pay, because 0 from 0 is 0. All right, Candace Owens. Should I go nuclear on Michael Cohen, who I know from years ago and who tried to approach me last summer to help change the narrative, also known as lie, about the president? Because I'm thinking I should. The coward plotted this entire racist lie to save himself. Well, now, I have a great deal of respect for this young lady, a great deal of respect. I think she is an awesome role model, not just for black women or black men, but white women, white men, whatever. Just humanity. It covers us all. Because she is very well-spoken, intelligent, and she's getting things done, and she's making a difference. So I really respect her, and I do believe that if she says that Michael Cohen approached her to lie and say that the president was racist, that he did. I certainly believe her more than I would Michael Cohen, who is a proven liar. Yeah. All right. All right. Now this from Charlie Kirk. Cohen admitted there is no evidence of Russian collusion. Cohen also admitted he colluded with Democrat reps Adam Schiff and Elijah Cummings before his testimony. Adam Schiff, are you kidding me? They must have just been talking about the grandkids and golf, you know. Or, I don't know, maybe they were seeing who could pee the farthest. I don't know. But it's interesting, don't you think? That he admitted it. He colluded with them. He admitted it. This hearing is nothing more than a Democrat hit job against a successful president. Oh, you're darn right it is. Absolutely. Okay. Now, this from Educating Liberals, who is another fun person to follow on Twitter. The same people who think Trump is mentally ill also think there are more than two genders. Guns kill people. Illegal immigrants are legal. Abortions are justified. Walls are immoral. Higher taxes are good. Obamacare works. Disrespecting our anthem is okay. Talk about insane. And I would add one more to her list, and that would be disrespecting our flag. Because I've seen a whole lot of that, and I don't like it. Okay, now, this you will find very fascinating. If you don't, I don't know. You will. Okay, let's go. No, really, you will. Seriously. All right, this from 8% Revolt. Not sure why it's just 8% Revolt, but hey. Now, he says, all eyes on, not going to say this word right here, you can read it for yourself, but this is the person, or the family rather, that Q said would be last because they are at the top, or as Trump would say, at the tippy top. They're at the tippy top. And very, very, very evil. And so, as QAnon has told us before, they are saving the P family for last. I found an account that I believe is a member of the P family. Here's some interesting tweets from it. Wouldn't that be bad if you had the last name of P, just P? No, it would be. You could say, I need to take a pee. No, don't take the pee. It's the last letter I have left. Okay, never mind. It's 11:14 p.m. Eastern Time. It happens. What do you expect? All right. So he found an account on Twitter that he believes is a member of the P family. Here's some interesting tweets from it. Now, if you don't find this interesting, well, I don't know. Okay, so Leovani SP. Naturally, there are plenty of dubious conspiracy nut resources online about my family. You won't tear down what my family has built, especially not since there is a massive surveillance upon the entire atrocity calling itself the QAnon movement. Interesting. Very interesting. He thinks he seems a little touchy about it, don't you? And this. All absurd conspiracy theories must come to an end. Tick tock. Well, according to Q, P must come to an end. Tick tock. Yeah. And this. Post-birth abortion in nature. Morality is a human construct. And he posts this picture. Nature is scary. Red crab feasting on the thousands of newly hatched babies she laid a month before. And I guess this is supposed to be proof that it's perfectly normal because morality is just a human construct. Well, it's odd about that because it seems that it's innate in all human beings to have a sense of morality. In fact, you ask a child and they know right from wrong. It's only if they've been perverted, and ruined in adult life that you get this, lack of morality. But 99% of people are, born with an innate sense of what is right and wrong. They know they shouldn't murder somebody. They know that. They know they shouldn't steal something. They just know. You don't have to teach people things like that. They know. But I guess when you set yourself up to be your own God and make your own rules, and then I guess anything can be justified, right? So, yeah. Anyway, I thought that was a little bit, I thought it was a lot interesting. Okay, let's go back because we've got some other interesting things I want to get to, and time's a ticking. This from Lisa Mae Crowley. You protect desert tortoises, bighorn sheep, and Joshua trees, but you're just fine with babies who survive an abortion being killed. You're a monster. She's saying that to Senator Dianne Feinstein, who wrote the following. Breaking. The House just passed a package of bills that includes my bill to protect the Mojave Desert, from desert tortoises to bighorn sheep and iconic Joshua trees. The beauty of the California desert is unrivaled. It's a defining part of our state, and I'm proud to protect it. Well, I find the beauty of a newborn is unrivaled. And yes, I think that those things are important to preserve nature and to preserve these things. Absolutely, they're important, but they pale in comparison to the life of a child. So, yeah, I would agree. She's a monster. And this is Charlie. Where did it go? Where was I? Sorry, I lost my spot. Gosh darn it. I hate when that happens. Okay, I'm so confused how liberals can march in the streets to make sure hardened murderers don't get the death penalty, yet seem perfectly fine with newborn children being killed if they survive an abortion. Yeah, it's funny how that happens. It's called hypocrisy. That's what it is. And Representative Matt Gaetz. We just seized enough fentanyl at the border to kill 115 million Americans. Now, tell me again why that wall isn't necessary, please, and why we don't need ICE agents. 115 million Americans. It was enough to kill that many Americans. Yeah. That's more than a third of our country. And that's just what we caught. Yeah, we need the wall. Drugs, gangs, and violent people are crossing our border and harming our families. That's why the president has taken action. And thank God, and I'm not saying that, glibly, thank God that he has, because it needed to happen. And then there's this by Lila Rose, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Kirsten Gillibrand, Kamala Harris, Amy Klobuchar, Cory Booker, all just voted no against medical care for babies who survive abortion. Infants, babies crying for help. By default, they voted for infanticide. The 2020 Democratic candidates for president of the USA. Thank you, no. All right. And I'm going to And yeah, this is true too. By educating liberals, the Democrats voted to leave already born infants who could still be saved on cold stainless steel tables in dark rooms to slowly die. Unbelievable. If we did this to puppies, liberals would be horrified and demanding prosecutions. Judgment Day can't come fast enough. And yeah, it's horrifying. It's horrifying. And you're right. If, you know, she's right. Or if they did do that to liberals, then, I mean, if they did do that to puppies, everybody would be up in arms. And well, they should be. But to not be up in arms about something as serious as an infant is, I don't know, that's not even human, really. I don't think. Now, this is funny. I love James Wood. He's a great one to follow. Very intelligent. He's a member of Mensa, and he is fun to follow because I'm telling you, he gives Trump a run for his money with the trolling. So maybe James Wood could do a foreword on the art of the troll because he's really good at it too. Now, Chelsea Clinton complains her grandmother did not have access to Planned Parenthood. Chelsea, dear, if your grandmother had had access to Planned Parenthood, you wouldn't be here. I'm just saying. Well, not if it was on your mother's side. If it was your mother's mother, then you wouldn't be here. If it was, you know, Bill's mother, well, you still wouldn't. No, actually, she would still be here because Bill Clinton's not her father. So, yeah, Chelsea, I think you didn't really think that one through. And I love this by James Wood. That would have saved us all a lot of grief. Yes, it would. All right. Now, okay, are you ready for something massive? I'm just saying, like, fasten your seatbelt. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. This is big. It's big. And it's about Alexandria occasional cortex. So, look at this massive revelation. This by Outlaw Josie Wales. And let me tell you, okay, massive, that's an understatement. This is colossal. Anons noticed today that Alexandria occasional cortex's, I'm sorry, it's just easier to say, phone number is the same as Kevin J. Casey's. I know. You're saying, so what? This is huge. I know. You're saying, why? I'm going to tell you. Because Kevin Casey's dad is the former director of the CIA. Yeah. William Casey. You know, he went by Bill. Yeah. It's huge. Now, this by an anon that shows us. AOC is CIA. Alexandria, occasional cortex, listed 202-225-39 ***. Of course, they blanked that out because they didn't want people calling it. As Riley Roberts at mail.house.gov. Search shows no Riley Roberts. However, that number comes back as Kevin J. Casey, 45 of DC. AOC's own number. AOC is CIA. Proof. So, yeah, this phone number is registered to Kevin J. Casey in the District of Columbia, but Alexandria is listing it as her phone number. But, and William, you know, this guy, Kevin Casey, is William Casey's son. Yeah, that's pretty huge. Now, William Joseph Bill Casey was the director of Central Intelligence from 1981 to 1987. In this capacity, he oversaw the entire United States intelligence community and personally directed the Central Intelligence Agency. So, yeah, it's pretty huge. Now, I think we all suspected this. We suspected that, obviously, she's not coming up with this on her own. It's pretty evident because you can listen to her when she's just doing, you know, a little video or something and, you know, saying retarded things like you need to have a leisure outfit. You need to, you know, most people have a work outfit. Well, you need to have an at-home leisure outfit so your brain knows to switch. I mean, come on. And then she wants us to think that she's intelligent enough to come up with some of her speeches and this Green New Deal. And no, I don't believe that. And you can't make me believe it. So there you go. Now, I'm going to draw to a close here because I've already done this video once. And but I've got a lot more Q-related news to do. A lot. I've got a ton of it, like zillions of things. But I think I'm going to stop there for tonight. And tomorrow, if there's Q posts, I'll post on that. And hopefully I'll be able to do another Q-related video. And if Q doesn't post, I'll just do a couple of Q-related videos, 1 or 2 or whatever. So there you go. And the last thing I want to show you is this, because I don't know how many people realize this, but did you know that eating dogs and cats in America was not illegal? But now Trump has made it illegal. Yeah. So Trump signs the Farm Bill making dog and cat meat illegal in the United States. This is a major victory for the animals, prohibiting the consumption of 2 entire species. And it's wonderful because I have seen some videos that actually made me sick to my stomach of them carrying in skinned dogs to a restaurant in America where they were selling dog meat. Yes. And I don't know. It's just, I mean, I know we eat cows and chickens and pigs and all these things, and I feel bad about it. But these dogs and cats are pets. They are pets, and they've always been pets. They've always been man's companions. So, yeah, it's pretty reprehensible to Americans to think about eating dogs and cats. So, yay for President Trump. He's my hero. He saved the kitties and the puppies too. So there you go. Anyway, I am going to stop there. I do have a lot of really good stuff that I wish I could get to, but I'm getting a little bit tired, and I do get a little bit silly, and I almost get creepy silly. It's not even like a normal silliness. It's a creepy silly. So I don't want to subject you to that. So I'm going to stop there, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Stay safe, stay well, stay blessed, and I will talk to you soon. Good night.